And welcome back to South Texas Crossfire. This is Attorney Joe Flores reminding you to join us each and every week right here on KTMB. And thanks to Lopez Broadcasting for making all this happen. I am very privileged to be on here for a 10th anniversary season. And with me, I can't think of anybody else that these two men that are in front of me that I'm going to introduce to you all right now. Grab your sodas, your popcorn, get around the TV. Politics is not boring with these guys around. So we're going to be talking about community service the next several minutes. And I give you first off Judge Robert Bobby Balderas. Welcome, Judge.
Thank you, Joe. I appreciate you having me here at your show.
And of course, our permanent fixture here, Commissioner Joey Gonzalez, your Commissioner 24/7.
J.A.G.
Thank you both for joining us. We're honored, and I think our 100,000 households that are watching this throughout Nueces County. Sometimes you guys just flip channels between our two other stations. That's okay, as long as you stop and make
Keep
a
it
pit
on here
stop.
right now.
Right now, yes.
Exactly.
And so I wanted to bring you both on to talk about community service today. First off, thank you all for supporting the arts. This last Christmas, the Nutcracker, you know, my daughter's in it. A lot of people's daughters are in it, and sons. And you guys just came through like champs. Thank you both.
Well, you know, really, it's an honor to help that kind of a group, Joe. And you know, and we have kind of a little, you might call, pact. You know, that Judge Balderas and Judge Longoria, myself, and Judge Benavides, and you know, and yourself, you know, can't exclude you out, and we're always helping those that need help. We talk to youth, the seniors, and the veterans, you know, and there's not a time that I can remember that I have called one of the judges, Judge Balderas, Benavides, say, hey, we got this project going on, can we want to sponsor it? Yeah, and without any question in mind, even Judge Santana, he said, you tell me what you need and we'll do it. You know, so, you know, this is because we know we're here, it's a passion that we have to reach out to help not only the youth and the seniors and the veterans, but, you know, without some kind of help, you know, some of these programs would not be possible.
And directed towards you, Judge Balderas, we saw you out over there at that brunch, you know, that concert ballet brunch. Exactly. And so a lot of judges aren't into ballet per se. You know, you weren't wearing tights or anything, but you were there helping those, like Barbara Canales' daughter. This is her last year there, Natalie, and also Miss Van Winkle and her daughter. There were so many wonderful young ladies and young men that are quote unquote aging out at the age of 17, 18. They're going on to college, and they were wonderful dancers.
Oh, exactly, Joe. You know, when I went over there was really the first time I went to the Nutcracker presentations and stuff, what they were having special breakfast and stuff. And it was really nice meeting these people. And I met this lady that was in charge, that was a founder.
Nancy Sulik.
Oh,
yes.
She was a awesome beautiful lady and awesome lady. Like I said, I communicated and I talked to her, and she's a nice lady. And there's something that it made me feel good, Joe, and especially seeing all these kids there. And, you know, it was for a good cause, helping them. And then, like Commissioner J.A.G said, that, you know, the seniors, you know, and the veterans. You know, there's something that I like helping the community, and especially these organizations. You know, and I was talking to Ms. Bazan in Christmas, that she's starting another organization that's about air conditions. That is great for the seniors. That is great, Joe. You know how many people, it gets so hot here, and it's so hot. I'm kind of young. I can't stand this heat.
I mean, it's saving lives. What they're doing, the senior organization, Ms. Bazan, is awesome.
Exactly. And I told her, I said, look, get me and let me know. I will be there to help you in any way I can. And I will contact other people to get involved in this, you know, especially it's for a good cause, Joe. And, you know, and also, you know, I'm also involved in this Christmas, and Judge Commissioner has helped me out, all the judges, Joe Benavides and Judge Santana, on this deal. I have the Toy Bowl. This is involved with LULAC Council, number one. We're the co-founders. We involved with the art, with disabilities, and the RISE program. the needy kids. You know, that's
It was
what we
freezing out there this time, and you
was-
guys were out there in your parkas and making it happen. And those kids.
do. Yes, I thought we were in Wisconsin, Green Bay.
All we needed was Vince Lombardi on the sidelines.
Exactly. It was
You know,
so
let me, before I
cool.
forget, Joe, because I mean, I know that you might forget, but you know, I gotta say that your daughter performance was great.
Oh, thank
You
you,
know,
Judge.
and I know that's why you're out there 100%. But your wife, I got to give her credit. Priscilla did a wonderful job of coordinating.
Getting the kids
school,
together
and I
in
tell you
there.
What, and you know, I just have to comment on that. You know, I don't know if she's learning from you, learning from her, but you know that she did an awesome job, and I just want to tell her and Nancy and everybody else that they did a great job.
Oh yeah, my wife Priscilla, it was all her motivation, her wanting to serve the seniors, right. and thank you Judge Balderas for helping her out. But she filled that unprecedented amount of kids and seniors and kids with special needs in there, and you both helped on that so much.
Well, RTA, I have to say thank you to RTA because RTA bus. We had 110 seniors that were bused from Agua Dulce, Banquete, Robstown, Bishop, and Driscoll, and Greenwood Senior Center. So, RTA came
John
through.
Balls and everybody
John
at
Balls
RTA.
and Mr. Neely out there, and Rosa and Billy did a great job in coordinating this. I really, and of course, Martin from TCN did a great job on coordinating. Of course, I can't leave Sandra out, my assistant, because she's always in the front lines, trying to coordinate things for me.
So as an example, you got involved this year on top of the many other projects you have, Judge Balderas, and it's an example of keeping kids in a very positive light, and it was so rewarding watching all those children come into that Selena Auditorium, never having experience, and maybe some of them were from Montclair, some of them were from Zavala or Evans, but they all had the same equal experience of culture, and say, down the road, hey, I will open up my wallet and help out the arts, because right now we're in crisis, in an economic time, the Great Recession.
And we are, Joe, and this is something that, I'm glad and I'm fortunate that I can help and everything else. And I have a lot of people that they call me and I make some calls and say, where can we help out? I said, well, this is the places that they call me that I tried. But, it's hard to try to help everybody. But we try as much as possible. And Commissioner Gonzalez and myself and Santana, and we've been doing this for a long time. I say more than about 12 years, right,
oh, yeah,
Judge?
Yeah.
And we've been doing it for a long time. And we're going to continue doing it.
The voter needs to know out there that you guys just don't sit on a bench, or you guys just aren't, which is very vital to our structure, in our communities, in our land. But also when you get somebody in, you vote them in, their community service. You can have a politician that doesn't care about the community and doesn't lift a finger for 4 years, and you have somebody like you guys who nonstop help the community.
24/7.
Exactly.
And it's about, we're there for Judge Balderas, and I'm there, and everybody. We're all there because people felt that we were the best people to qualify for that position. Not only because we do a good job on the bench or commissioner, but also that we go above and beyond, what is required of a judge, what's required of a commissioner, to reach out to the community and help as much as we can. Education is one of our major things that we have here, and I know that, education is a Freedom J.A.G scholarship program, and Judge Balderas has been in the front lines with us, helping us, and I know Judge Longoria and Judge Benavides. All these people have been there, in the education field to try to get, our youth educated so they can grow up to be a productive member of society and not wind up in prison, and being another statistic in the criminal justice system. So this is some of the things that we see that are important away from the bench, away from the commissioner's court. It's our time that we give back.
And this question to you, Judge Balderas, what areas, I know you're out there in Annabelle and Calallen, what areas, talk about your precinct where you're covering.
I cover as one of the biggest precincts in Nueces County, whereas it consists of 3 JPs. It's just Joe Benavides, Judge Santana, and myself. And we cover everything from Calallen all the way up to Everhart, in between North Beach area, the Clarkwood area, the Molina area, the Chula Vista area where I was raised, the Moody area, all that area, all the way up to Carroll High School, all that area is covered by Ray High School also. It's covered by myself and the other judges. I do a lot of community service. I get these kids involved. Some of these kids can't pay, but they got to pay the consequences, Joe. And so what I do, I send them to different organizations.
There we go.
We send them to the Swineers. We send them, the Swineers are involved with these kids that are burn units and all that stuff, but also here. And also we send them to the veterans. We send them to the Catholic charities, also that they can do works at churches. It don't have to be a Catholic. It can be a Baptist, a Methodist, any type of, as long as it's a nonprofit organizations. That's what we do. Give back to the community so they don't have to spend money, hire somebody to do the work. We use these kids to do the work, and they can same time learn that it's good to give back to the community.
And both of y'all, the lawn services and things like that for youth too, we're having a big crisis with the environmental court, which they've got a duty to keep the city clean and everything, but a lot of time the seniors can't keep up with their lawns. They're having other issues. I know the commissioner has helped out recently with issues in environmental court, really streamline it. There's a lot of red tape.
Exactly.
What can you all do to kind of help in that area with the youth? And is there a way we can coordinate that we can have the environmental court get involved, send dump trucks out there, clean up brush? I mean, who do we contact to get this
I think
issue?
if we can get some with these people, like the court enforcement, or maybe get this city and get these people, supervise them to pick up paper. They don't have to actually cut yards because you're talking sometimes responsibility, liability.
Right.
The liability situation, but picking up paperwork and stuff like that, maybe we can work something out with the city or the county and go out there. You know what? We'll have somebody supervise them out there and just have a truck there. And maybe help, say, the neighborhood. If they set a truck there, okay, all the trash be taken to that location. And then they'll pick it up. The city, I've seen them done it at their houses, certain neighborhoods. They leave a truck there, and within a neighborhood, they'll take the trash to that place, and then they'll pick it up the next, say, Monday, and take it.
Well, Judge/Commissioner, when you all were both on the bench working together, I know that you guys did the
Operation Yard for Seniors.
Yes.
And of course, and Judge Benavides was one of my coordinators at that time before he became a judge. And we did about 2 weekends a month. We go out and help the seniors clean up their yards, especially those that got a letter from the city saying that you're going to be fined if your yard's not clean, or and sometimes of course you talk about seniors, you talk about people that are 80, 90 years old, and so our goal was to help them, and we coordinated to the city that anytime there was a letter going out to one of the seniors, they would send us a copy to my court. So I would know what seniors are being tabbed, that you borderline being cited.
Can we do that again, Judge, with Judge Benavides? Do you think we can bring that back?
It's something we can look at,
We can look at it and bring it also within the Northwest and this side, maybe coordinate and something we can probably work together like with the city. If we can also have somebody, because I think, like I said, the commissioner said, maybe we can have somebody that can supervise. That's the main thing, is to supervise. And we can find somebody that are willing to supervise, and maybe, I don't know, the city will have somebody working on Saturdays or not, or during the week.
Now, Judge Benavides and you guys, every weekend, man.
We were out there ourselves,
every weekend for years.
Yeah, we did it for 8 years, and we were out there every weekend, and we even cleaned up cemetery in Robstown.
People need to remember, it's important to remember this type of service off the bench that you guys are doing with the community. A lot of politicians, I think people have lost, and I hate the word politician because it has a bad ring to it. I'd like to think of you all as community servants.
And we are.
We're public servants. We'll put there not only to, I see it this way, we work for the people. I was elected to work for the people. And I put it this way, this is the people's court. And that's the way it is.
When sometimes things aren't broken, I mean, why try to do it differently?
Well, and we're going to have to take a break. Dave's telling me that we got to go to, Tony Lamantia, LNF Distributing, or whoever's sponsoring us this time. I gave you a plug, Tony. But we're going to have to take a break.
Man.
But Any last words? Because then I'm going to switch to, when we come back from the break, it's just me and Judge Balderas. It may not be pretty. We're going to go politics. And you know, I know that the rules are, you as a standing public official, you can't endorse people or anything, but you can't talk about community.
Well, being a judge, you can't endorse, and being a commissioner, you know, it's, you know, you endorse the party that you belong to, you know, and
Sure.
Of course, once you pass the primaries, of course, you're supporting every candidate
Who's
that's
qualified.
running in the Democratic Party, because that's the party you belong to. You know, although there are a lot of good people there, there are Republicans too, you know. But, you know, you have to weigh who's running for what and who's running against who's going to do the best job, you know. And my thing is, you know, you got a judge there that's been there for 8 years, you know, and has, you know, and doing a good job, and you know, has made a big difference and an impact on lives of the youth.
Judge Balderas?
Seniors and veterans. You know, why are we changing? I mean, why do we want to change
If it's
the
not
guard?
broke,
You know?
don't fix it. If the lawnmower's cutting the lawn,
That's right. Keep on cutting.
well, we're going to take a break, and you were listening to Commissioner Joey Gonzalez 24/7. We're going to continue our conversation and talk about politics and elections coming up with Judge Balderas. We're going to be talking about him because, well, congrats, you didn't pull an opponent.
I know.
As
Thank
Judge
you.
Williams
Good
said
Lord.
during the break, but yes, but we know that every other election you've campaigned hard. But I'm going to be talking to Judge Balderas about that. Any last words before you?
Well, you know, I just want to let people out there know that look at the candidates and look at what they've done and what they're doing. You know, if you can come up with 5 things that are bad because you think they don't belong in office, then you think about it. But you know, but you got to come up with things that are really serious. You know, I think if a person's there, it's a dedicated person, got passion for youth, seniors, and veterans, got passion for the community. I think it's a good person. I think you know why are we going to change somebody that's doing a good job?
Well, and that's Judge Balderas.
Judge Balderas, Judge Benavides, Judge Longoria, all these people are doing good jobs.
They are. And
Judge Santana.
but we're going to talk, with your permission, Judge Balderas, we're going to talk and focus in on your campaign, what you intend to do between now and the primary. And God willing, you don't have an opponent in November.
No.
So once past the primary, God willing, you are successful, then you will continue to serve. We're going to talk about what you're doing in your campaign and how people can get involved when we come back.